Bonjour et bienvenue à Paris. I thought with this being my first ever non-family and non-Balkan trip that I'd have to start out with the most famous city, the city of love, Paris. Spending every summer of my life in Europe, it came to a shock to a lot of people that I'd never been to Paris before, but I definitely just spent my summers with family exploring the region that I love so much, but I thought with me being 18, I could explore a bit more. So we started out walking around the Ile de la Cité, the island of Paris, and where Paris originated. And interestingly enough, we stumbled upon our first spot, the Sainte-Chapelle, which is a Gothic royal chapel that housed France's kings up until the 14th century. The architecture was truly stunning. The stained glass windows were my personal favorite. Each one had so much detail and told its own story. There were no replicas, or at least there didn't seem to be throughout the windows, and it was just absolutely insane. And a huge plus with it being summer in Europe right now is that as a church, they have AC, which is extremely rare to find in Europe unless you're talking about a church. So that was a huge help.
You're good.
Our second stop of the day was the Notre Dame Basilica. It was a beautiful sight to behold, even under the ongoing reparations from the fire. The architecture, once again, is divine. You're going to see that as a running theme in these next two videos. It's just a lot of talk about how beautiful the architecture was. Sorry to all the art history people out here with me not using specific terms, but it's honestly better than portraying it.
It's a vlog. Oh, is it? Oh, you didn't use the straw? I like her. I never used a straw. Bro, that's like what I needed. I've had that in Atlanta before. That's all I have to say. They do. Dude, we literally just had a drink, but like, we just saw this. Split one? But like, when in Paris? Try some. Ready? Taste test. Okay, wait, take it. It's like pollen on the inside. She's like a little flower. Can't, phone eats first. So cute. Okay. Which flavor do I try first? We just go red? Mojito. Go from outside. Mojito? Which one's mojito? The outside. It's the citron y basilic. I'm gonna get a shot of you tasting it. That's literally mojito. That's good. That's delicious. I always get a mojito flavored. It's so good. Okay, off to the Louvre. You gotta keep walking. Slight detour.
I know, I don't know why it's melting so much, it's not hot.
And because there's no proper introduction into this vlog, we're just gonna say thank you so much to Gabby, my darling bestie from first grade, for going on this trip with me. I think it's a little bit full circle having a trip after we graduate from school, because we met in the first grade and have been friends since, and I think that's just really precious.
Oh my god, she's beautiful. Louvre outer space. Keep skipping, Gabby. Everybody hates us. I know, right? I'm actually really surprised that there's no line, but regardless, we're not going in, because this is beautiful enough to be completely honest. Good morning. I don't know if you guys can hear anything because the cars are really loud, but it's officially like first morning full day, and just on the balcony. Just woke up at 6 a.m. because we have to get to Versailles, or get to the bus to take us to Versailles at 8:15. So lovely. It's like a dream. But I really don't feel like I'm in Paris yet. It's really nice, but it doesn't feel real. I'm gonna get ready. I'm tired. The photography, so pretty. Y'all, I see it. Too bad we can't go right now. After.
We'll see you in a few hours.
We're in Versailles. It's beautiful.
Let's go.
Literally the lobby, I'm like, we walk into a lobby and there's already like 10 stunning sculptures. Like, what is going on?
I cannot even put into words how magical and angelic Versailles was. Every moment, the sun was just hitting so perfectly through the windows. The detailing in every inch of the place, the gold rimming everywhere, the molding, the archways, the littlest things were all so perfect. And obviously the apotheosis of Hercules, which is this beautiful ceiling right here. It's probably like the second most well-known ceiling in the world after the Sistine Chapel. It was made by Francois Lemoyne, and it was absolutely insane to see in person the detail that was placed into it.
Literally speechless. This is insane. No.
The fact that 2 generations of kings actually lived in this palace is absolute insanity. Marie Antoinette, I understand your loneliness in here, but oh my god, would I love to be lonely in here.
This is unreal. I can't do this. This is like literally so beautiful. The chandeliers, the ceiling. I can't, mate. I can't do it.
If you're ever in Paris for like 5 or more days, I would absolutely recommend Versailles. It was one of my favorite places on the trip. The others are coming a bit later, but this was just absolutely exceptional. We did a half-day trip from like 8 a.m. to 2:30, and it was beautiful. We saw the gardens. It was lovely.
It's just the crutch. It's so cute. I'm gonna do a taste test with the camera. We got a vegan chocolate macaroon. We never thought we'd find it, but we got one, and we're starving. It was really good. Thanks. You're good.
And just to understand the size a little bit of the Versailles Gardens, they are 800 hectaacres. Yeah, just let that like sink in for a second. These are massive gardens. We did not even see like a small portion of them.
This is unreal. I mean, okay, the street's right there, but like, this is stunning. This is stunning.
We walked around in the most content silence for basically the entire 2 to 3 hours we were in the gardens. It was just too beautiful not to just stare and think.
Logging again to get here. It's not loading.
Going to the Opera Garnier right after Versailles was kind of funny because it just seemed like a little smaller version of Versailles with like a hall of mirrors itself and great murals on the ceilings and giant chandeliers, but it was beautiful, but definitely overshadowed by Versailles. As a big reader and a big lover of English literature, I did indeed have to make a stop by Shakespeare and Company to get myself a lovely little red tote and get myself a lovely little book. I got Clara in the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro, which I think is a little funny because the only book that I brought on this trip was A Pale View of Hills, also by Kazuo Ishiguro, so I just have my little set with me at this point.
I'm actually squealing.
I don't know if you can tell by the giant metal structure or by my squeals, but we finally went to the Eiffel Tower. Now, we didn't go up it until tomorrow, which was incredible, and you'll get to see that later. But honestly, just like walking around it and seeing it in real life was insane. It was so much more amazing than I thought it would be. Like coming here, I was like, yeah, like I know it's like Paris, and I know I'm gonna be like, oh, that's really cool, but it's just a metal structure. Literally, anytime I could see it, I would just like squeal and get so excited because it is truly beautiful. Another personal favorite of mine was the Arc de Triomphe. First of all, it is literally such an insane, amazing, beautiful, gorgeous, angelic architectural piece. The roundabout is so cool, but also so hectic. The stairway was actually never ending going up it, and it was a spiral. But once I got up there and saw the view, it was all worth it. Was the Eiffel Tower view better? Yes. But did I sit here and just stare at this view for probably like an hour and a half? Absolutely. I literally like sat down at one point and just like stared off because it was also like sunset time. It was stunning and I highly recommend it. The wait time was like 2 minutes and it cost like €5. It was the shortest and cheapest thing that we had to pay for. It was absolutely insane and so cool and I highly recommend going up it. It was beautiful and I just felt like in such like a lovely state going up there. I wish I had my journal on me so I could have journaled at that point because it was amazing. If there is a museum to be seen, I will see it. I love museums so much, especially sculptures. They're my personal favorite art form. So the Petit Palais was just phenomenal. And it was also probably the only time during the trip where we actually just like sat down and chilled and took in the atmosphere and weren't go like the rest of Paris. It was lovely. The gardens of the Petit Palais are beautiful. The architecture is divine. The golden angels really make you feel like you're in heaven.